District Governor nominee designate in 2013. Her district experience includes serving on numerous district committees as an area governor and the District Paul Harris Society chair. She is a Rotary Leadership Institute graduate. She is multiple fellow Paul Harris Fellow, Paul Harris Society member, and a major donor. She holds a BS degree in secondary education from Northwest Missouri State University, a master's degree from the University of Missouri-Columbia, and a PhD from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. She is retired from the federal government. Her career with the United States Department of Agriculture Land Grant University System included serving on the extension faculty at the University of Missouri and the University of Tennessee. She spent the last 10 years of her federal service at the USDA in Washington, D.C. At the time of her retirement, she was the director of the Division of Family and Consumer Sciences and Nutrition at USDA. Dr. Anna Mae is married to Doug Newell, also a Rotarian in the College Park Club, and they reside in University Park, Maryland. Anna Mae. Thank you.
Pieces of paper and whatnot here. Well, hello. We are delighted to be here. My husband Doug is with me today. Many of you have met him before. So we enjoyed the rainy drive down. It was a little gray at times, but I've been wanting rain for a long time, so I decided I can't complain. I had to enjoy that. I want to say a shout out to a few people before I begin my official remarks, but one being Bob Parkinson. Once you're in the, I guess, the brotherhood, sisterhood of past district governors, why you continue to work on many things together. We appreciate Bob's continued service to the district with the RLI program as well as other projects. Bob just reminded me it's his fault that I probably am standing here. I got a phone call one day that said, we need to do a little recruiting, and so before I could change my mind or talk myself out of saying yes, I'd be willing to put in my application, I called him back and said I'll do it. So yes, he's a lot of the reason I'm here today. I also want to acknowledge Danny Parker. Dan is one of our great area governors, and I enjoy working with him and appreciating all he does, and then he's taken on helping to try to get lots of us to go to Atlanta. I want to ask Jake to come up here. Jake, I didn't know you were going to be here, but if you'd come up, I'm going to present a couple of little things to you. I want to commend this club for having an Interact Club. And how many members have you got, Jake?
I believe 24.
Very good. Sounds like a good group. Well, two things that I want to highlight today is that we are doing a number of exciting things in Rotary, and one of them is that we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Rotary Foundation. Now, you are a long way from being asked to donate to the foundation. I'm sure if you wanted to, they'd figure out a way, though. But I thought you might like this. There is a special pin that signifies the 100th anniversary of the Rotary Foundation. I don't know about all you interactors, but Rotarian seems to like pins and bling, and people collect these things. So I'm going to send one of those with you. You could tell your members about these things. It helps them learn a little more about Rotary. And even if you might not go to this next event, I thought you might like this colorful button. Our international convention is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia next June, and interactors can go, so maybe somebody could figure out a way to help get you there, that this has the logo and the promotion for going to Atlanta. And so thank you for your leadership and all you're going to be doing this year, and good luck.
I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks. Well, let me just keep making presentations. Is your foundation chair here in this club? Who's the foundation chair for the Rotary Foundation work? Did he just go out the door?
He just came in.
Oh, well, hey.
Count the money.
Well, there you go.
Right here.
Well, I've got a small,
Walk right up to the podium. We're waiting-
small
we're waiting for
token
you.
anyway. Come right in here. He just washed in. Well, I just presented the president of the Interact Club one of these, and I had one for you I was planning to do. Jake was a surprise, but I'm so glad Jake is here. You know, this is the 100th anniversary of the Rotary Foundation, and they came up with a new logo and pin, and I'm trying to give every club foundation chair one of these. You can wear throughout the year to thank you and your members for being foundation supporters, and maybe to promote a little more giving this year for some of the things like Polio Plus, etc. So thank you for all
Thank
you
you.
do,
Thank
and
you.
come in, dry off, get some food, and settle in. All right. Well, let me say one other congratulatory-like thing, and then I'll share with you some of the things I've been sharing with all clubs this year. I note that this is the 50th anniversary of your Oyster Festival, and so congratulations on that. You're making preparations to celebrate. You are one of the larger clubs in our district, so we thank you all for what you do. We are sorry that we cannot be at this event. The zone has this training once a year, and invariably it seems to fall when you have this Oyster Festival. So we don't get back until the night of the 16th. But unless, if the good Lord's willing and the creek doesn't rise, we'll try to come the next year when I don't have to go to that meeting of the zone. We'll just come and have fun and participate with you, support your event. But I do hope it's really successful, and that goes especially well on your 50th anniversary. Well, this is a rather exciting time to be in Rotary because of all of these celebrations and events. We are looking forward to continuing celebrating the foundation success through the meeting in Atlanta. There'll be a lot of celebrations there. How many in here are going to Atlanta? Has Danny got a, there you go, some of you are going, good. Danny's got maybe an extra touch here. He can get some of you to attend. I think the last count he and I received were at about 154 that are registered from our district. Not bad. We were shooting for 200, and we hope we can get that. If you're looking for housing, people seem to be slow to sign up, but Danny's got housing. It's through the RI housing system, and we have this block of rooms for our district. Make sure you let people know about that and get them to talk to Danny right away. This centennial, I think, is a great opportunity to celebrate the many things that Rotary does, and to especially reach out in your community and be very visible, helping people understand the work we've done with Polio Plus and other humanitarian efforts. And so this could be a year when you might plan something special, and you do have something planned in, I think, for Foundation Month, basically, and I saw your flyer. That's the night before my birthday, but we might try to come and celebrate with you. We'll see if we can make that work. We hope that we're not doing a district foundation dinner. We're not doing a district polio fundraiser like we have the last couple of years. I hope you can put more efforts into being visible in the local communities, and we will celebrate with a foundation dinner during the district conference. We brought theme pins and a bookmark today that has the conference dates for Atlanta and next spring in May in College Park for the district conference. The theme this year is Rotary Serving Humanity, which really describes the essence of Rotary. John Germ, our international president from Chattanooga, Tennessee, is a great guy who I think is very down to earth, very nice man. His father had polio. He believes in Rotary and is thrilled to serve this year and do what he can do to really help us all serve humanity and tell our story. I've had people say to me, how come Rotary International doesn't do more to get us, you know, lots of publicity on television or whatever? Well, can you imagine what that would cost in 200 countries and probably 150 languages, etc.? Rotary did invest heavily in the last couple of years in updating our branding, doing a lot to help us have some materials and that branding look to share, to get the word out about Rotary. But I think we're really the ones to tell Rotary's story. We all have a story to tell, and each club has a unique piece to share about what it means to you to help others, to do good in the world, to make a difference in people's lives. And so I encourage you to look for ways to do that. There'll be a lot of opportunity this year. There is, of course, to give to the foundation. There's a focus on that. So you might think of some things that you could do that would be unique and special. John Germ, our president, says we need to, of course, every president's going to say we need to grow membership, but he talks about needing more willing hands, more caring hearts, and more bright minds to do the work of Rotary. That describes Rotarians quite well. But I think he's right. If we could only add to our ranks, we would certainly have an opportunity to have more people working to do good in the world. Mr. Germ has asked that we target new retirees and young professionals. I've added to that we attract women and other underrepresented groups. In our district, we're about 31% female. And we're really a very pale complected looking crew in our district. As I travel around, the minority participation is low. We have a lot of opportunity to expand our outreach to more diverse membership and hopefully to more women. Why women? I think many of you know, I'm the third woman to serve as district governor, following Pat Kasuda and Betty Lewis. But about 30 years ago, next spring was the first that women could join Rotary, and it only came about after a U.S. Supreme Court decision said to Rotary and other similar groups that you could no longer prohibit people from membership based on gender. So next May is the anniversary of that decision, and Rotary soon after began to allow women in the United States to join. Some clubs were a little slow to pick up on that, but we are finding a number of those women are still members and actively involved. So this year during my term, I thought it would be great to recognize a woman in each Rotary club that the club identifies, and I'm presenting a little small gift to them and sharing a little bit, and later in the year I'm going to share more about these women in the newsletter, the website, other ways in our district. Unfortunately, the woman that your club has chosen is unable to be here today, so this is being taped, which if she can watch this and get something out of my moving, jiggling around. Zora, hello. Sorry you can't be here. We understand you're with your husband, and that's very important as well today. But Zora, is it Samasco? Am I close? Yes. Oh, hey, I'm on a roll. Zora sounds like what I've read about her. She sounds like the perfect kind of person to recognize. I assume most everybody here knows her, but let me just capture a few points that were sent to me in case there's some guests here. She's been a member for 27 years, which means she really was one of the first women to join Rotary. And says she paved the way for women being introduced to the club. She's obviously been very involved in lots of activities, provided leadership, and this says Zora's commitment and zeal for service above self and a commitment to her community is further demonstrated through her work as an educator, school administrator, mother, grandmother, and mentor. And that she's been a stellar Rotarian, truly embodying service through Rotary as she touches lives. So it is unfortunate she's not here today, but I understand Jane Cipher is going to come and accept my token that I have for Zora. One of our Rotary vendors has a pin that celebrates women in Rotary. And so I'm giving each of these women one of those pins, and there's a little note card in there from me to her. It's a pin that shows women with the world and a little Rotary symbol on the world. And so I hope you'll tell her how impressed I am with her credentials.
She was my sponsor.
Oh, wonderful. And when you are sponsored by somebody, you always kind of feel a real kinship, right? And so that's an important piece that I think sometimes we forget, that most people really value that relationship throughout their Rotary tenure. But Zora, we hope your day is going well and that you are certainly most deserving of this small token. Wear it with pride. If you're not a pin wearer, Zora, I think you could frame this without glass and set it on your desk or something else. So you make it work for you, but I'll hope to see you later in the year at some event, and we congratulate her and thank her for all her service to Rotary. So let's give her a big round of applause. And thank you. Well, it is a great time, I think, to be in Rotary. Rotary is as vital today as it was 111 years ago. There's so much we could be doing. We could use more willing hands, more caring hearts, but we do so much, and I want to commend this group and all of our district Rotarians and all that we do that is truly making a difference. There's about 2,300 of us. About the time we think we're growing in membership, clubs have dropped a few off in June and we're sort of holding still, but we are hopeful of chartering 2 new clubs this year, and we certainly want to continue to reach out to people who would love to get involved in this work. I believe if you get involved and you immerse yourself in Rotary, it will capture your heart. You'll want to be a member for life, and you'll want to support the work of the Rotary Foundation and the club that you are in. So again, thank you. We're delighted to be here, and I'm going to meet a little bit with the board afterward, and if there's time, I'd take a question or two, but that's up to Elise. Thank you.
Are there any questions? Well, we have a certificate we'd like to present to you, and we really appreciate your coming to speak with our club. Let me turn this around.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we can show Zora as well.
This is to Anna Mae Kobe. We want to thank her. It says supporting women through Rotary. And we really appreciate your coming. And we also have a gift card from Starbucks for you.
Okay.
And thank you so much for coming to visit our club.
Oh, you are welcome. Thank you. This is fun. Thanks. Here, I'll get all this out of your way. Get over here.
And now we have the 50-50 raffle.